Okay, the first step is to create two tabs. We will have the data entry tab where we'll be inputting the data, and we will have a dashboard. So the data entry tab, I've already pre-filled some of the fields here. This is not the fancy part, so this doesn't need to be attractive. So I've just put a reminder, if you like, of the colors that we'll have in the main dashboard. So this is what I have. I've just created 4 types of goals. I just have financials, health, spiritual, and self-development goals. So obviously it's up to you, but I'm limiting myself to 3 tasks per goals day. So there's 4 categories and there are 12 goals themselves. So here you need to get yourself 3 financial goals, 3 health goals. Actually, this is wrong. It should be the other way around. Just to change that now. Put the health and the spirit here. And here I just have the brutal completion dates. You should be able to know where you're at vis-a-vis these goals. So, and that will come into play later on, obviously, in the dashboard. And also we will be able to calculate the average for the overall goal category here. Now, what I've done is, well, I haven't done it, but we can do it together. I've done it just for a couple, is I am naming all those 12 fields here, all the 12 cells, the completion goals, the percentage completion, sorry, I have named them. It's not mandatory, but it makes the dashboard calculation easier and clearer, I believe. Neater and easier to maintain. So if you don't know how to name a cell, you just select the cell itself, and you go into this field at the top and you input the name here. For instance, here's goal 11, and you press enter twice. If you press enter only once, it's not going to work because it's going to think that you want to go somewhere. Another way to do it is you go under the formula and you put define name and you select this way. So I've done this one, goal 11. So this one, I'm going to call it goal 12. It's 1 for the category and 2 for the sequence. Here I'm going to call this one goal 13. And I'm just going to name them all. So you go under Name Manager just to have a look to see if you didn't mess things up. And here it all seems okay. All right, so I have my categories and I have my goals. Now I can go on my other tab. I go on the dashboard tab. So what I do here is I try to create 2 columns that are a little bit longer than the rest. I have here this one a bit long. I mean, we will align that later on, but this one, I don't know if you want to know the pixels. I suppose it's around 224 pixels, but we will probably adjust that as we progress. Okay, so we can start some brutal formatting. We choose a color for each category. Here I've selected the standard Microsoft color, bearing in mind, as always, that I'm using the Office one, so that's the latest one. Some of you might be under the 1322, so bear that in mind. Colors. So here I'm using the first one at the top here. I'm starting with the turquoise, which is the blue on the right here, and I'm taking the lightest color here, and I'm just dragging that all the way across. So until when I need to calculate the percentage. I want to put some percentage here. So this is where the percentage will be showing when we draw the chart diagram. So here I have 10%. So here I'm just going to add 10% on each up until a certain point, up until 80. And at 80, I'm going to just have the 90 and 100. I'm going to have them a little bit different than the others because I want to have a break here just to really show. So this one will be 90%. So I will put both of them 90%. So you might not see it, but it's still there. And same for the 100%, 100%, 100%. So this one, no, sorry, that's this one, 100% this one. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to do that here up until that point here. We just want to put the same color. We will have another one here, all blue. We want one just at the beginning here, and we want this one all blue. We want, actually this one should be a separation, sorry, a separation like this. We want to report some blue here, and then we will have all the way here, and then we want one completely blank, and then we want to copy this here. Copy, not cut, copy, please. Well, there you go. So here this is, they're all the same size, but this one we will make them very fine, and this one will make them very fine. But as I build, I'm going to leave them big at the moment. It will be easier for you to visualize what we are doing. So here the same here, what I had here was for the first of the 90%, I wanted to leave this blank, just to give you an idea where we're going. And I wanted to leave this blank as well. This space here, it will be all blue. And I wanted to have a smaller cell here, smaller width, with going back to the same. You have to go back to turquoise, but you want to have something deeper. I would put maybe something at the top here, the very deep one here. Now, I need to add a couple just for the visualization, because we will be not putting text in the cells. I think we want to have a bit of a round corner. So I'm just creating a shape here, and I will put the shape here in front of the white line. I'm going to remove the shape outline, and I'm going to go back to my shape fill, and I'm just going to stick to this type of blue here. I want the second one, or the third one here, the 40% still in the turquoise. Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate it twice, Control D, Control D. We will probably change that after, but just to give you an idea of where we're going here. And then I will duplicate it once again, but this time I will put one here, and I will create a type of rounded square here. So this is for the high level, overall feel of what it would look like. So here we will add something, but we'll do that in the end when we have done all the colors. So as usual, what we do is we create one we spend a bit of time to create the first one very well. And then when this is done, we can duplicate that 3 times. So it will give us the 4 categories. Okay, so let's start to fill things up. Now, what we want to get from each one of those shapes is we're going to want to get the text. I click on the side here of the shape, and I put equal here, and I go here, and I'm going to select it. Financial goal. I'm going to select the text, financial goal 1. Okay, I will put that in white and in bold. I said white and bold. No, actually, I'm not really sure about the bold. No. Okay. So this is a bit short. I could put something a bit longer to help us on the visual side of things. Now I will be doing the same here. I will be putting equal, and I will be putting the second goal here. And then I will do the same formatting. Put equal here, and I will put data entry, financial goal, and I will click the tick, white, and put it in the center, please. Okay. Now this is it. So I'm going to take the first one here. I'm going to format paint it across because I want to remove the decimals. Now I will put them smaller when I put those smaller here like this is also getting smaller. So the way around this is we click, actually we can click on one shape and we press Ctrl A, so that we'll have all the shapes there. And when we go in, we right click and we go to size and properties. And here what we do is we go to properties and we say don't move or size with cells. So now when I want to go to give this a smaller size, which was the idea from the start, the box will stay the same size. So once you've selected all this, you can go to format here. That'll be a little bit easier, and you give a very small size. You give, let's say, 3 pixels. Okay, so now this hasn't moved, so we just need to reposition them here, here, and here. Okay, and now this has become too big for that, so we just can put it here, put it over there. Okay, something I wanted to do is to have this as deep as this, so that's how we take the color on the top. Here the same, so here I'm just going to squeeze it this way. I'm going to squeeze it this way. We probably don't want to see this. This is not very attractive, so the way to hide it, there's several ways. So I suggest you just use the white font so you don't see it. So now we have our 3 goals. Here I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm just going to put an equal and a financial goal here. This time I'm going to put a white. I'm going to keep it in bold. And I'm going to leave it on top. And I'm going to put it this way. Okay, so now the idea of using a box and creating an equal like this instead of directly inputting the text is, and if I change the goal here, another type of goal, it should follow here. So it's following here, and actually I can put it in the center. I can center it this way. So here, financial goals. Put it back. So we've done the formatting on this. As an add-on, while we are into formatting, you know, if you'd insert an icon here to motivate you, it could be anything. It could be actually, once this is ready, I'm just going to start first with just an image. Obviously, money. And here you choose something, and you know, you could use this as a motivation, as a visualization. I don't know if it's an extremely good example, but this is taking a long time. And here you can just either put it here this way. Obviously, you know how it works. And here you have this. This is my financial goal. But let's be just a little bit more subtle. I just want to insert an icon here instead. I will choose an icon. And obviously, I don't know if everybody has this. For Excel 365, you have them all, sorry, as opposed to the basic version. So in this case, I'm sure you can find icons all across the internet. So here I could put dollars this way, for instance. I'll put them in white. And I put it here. Financial goals. Okay, so we are quite close to be ready to do some conditional formatting, but first I want to put those also quite close, so I can actually select this and press Ctrl key and select this. You don't need to select the whole column, as long as you go here and you say column width, and here column width, just put 0.5 and see if it works. I could even put something smaller, 0.25. Is that too small? Oh, that looks good. Okay. I think I wanted to leave just a little bit of space here. Now he messed all that up, so I can press on this, Control A. Here, yeah, just a small thing here. Here I want to put a grid, a type of a grid. So here I'll just put it this way, I put it in the center. And here I'm just select the 2 here. And then I can select all these and maybe have them a little bit smaller. I will put some gray around after. I think this is a better way to, it'll make things more stand out, if you like. So here I'm just going to go back here, just doing a bit of fine tuning. Remember, we need to do this one very well. Actually, those 2, I could group them even. I'm just going to group them so I can move them together. We have to do this one very well. No pressure, but this way we just a matter of copying and pasting the other. So what do I want to do here? What I want to do is I want to have a line here that will grow, quote unquote, based on the progress of your goal here, based on the percentage that you have given. So in order to do this, I just position myself on this field here. I do conditional formatting. I do manage rule or new rule directly, new rule. And here I use a formula. And the reason why I have this is not only for a visual way to see where we are, but it's also to help me with my conditional formatting. So if the goal, so the goal that we had here, this goal here, that we have called actually, we have called it goal 1.1. So this is for the first one. If the goal 1.1, if it's greater or equal to this number here, then I will put the blue, the color blue. But I need to be able to slide across. I want to be able to use the same conditional formatting across the row. So I need to, quote unquote, free up the E there. So I just remove the dollar in front of the E. And what do I want when this occurs? I want the same color as this. I want to be consistent. And this should be the 3rd. Okay. And here I wanted to press OK. And I want it to be applied to the whole shebang up until the P here. So I just go and select everything from here to OK. And I'm going to apply it. So let's see if it works. Here I have 90%, so it looks like I've done around 90%, the first one. If I put 20%, it goes down here. And if I have 5%, I should have nothing, right? Nothing, not good enough. 10% here. So that works. And now you're going to see that all the hard work we've done before in naming our cells is paying dividends. Because we can just go here. Not exactly. We need to select first one of the cells that we had formatted. You can go here, manage rules, and here you can just duplicate. For the moment, I'm just going to duplicate it twice. And here, just a matter of renaming this one with goal 12. And I want to apply it to the 11, the row 11 here. So I could either reselect the row 11, but I think it's better if I just put row 11 here. And this one will be applied to the goal 1.3. And it'll be applied to the row 15. 15. Okay. Now let's double check. So this were both 50. I'm going to put this one 50, and I'm going to put this one, let's say 70. Okay. Right. What happens when I have 90 here? Okay. So we need to make sure that this one is included here. So this shows us nicely when we get towards meeting our goal, reaching our goal. Now I could do a little bit more formatting here. I'm just going to lazily take this, copy it across. This is not percentage, but I could put here categories. And here I could put, you know, it's up to you. I mean, habits, maybe habits or goals. So for the moment, I'm just going to put goals because it's goals in our example, but it could be anything really. And actually this, I might just make it a bit bigger. It's those percentage. I really don't want them to be too big. Okay. So we're getting really close to finishing one. Maybe this one can be a little bit smaller, but I'm going to leave this one big because I want to put some gray into this later on. Actually, it's what I wanted to do is to put some gray here. Not sure which one yet. Is this one going to be too deep? I'm just coloring around it. I don't know how far I'll go with this. So I think it's better. That helps the white stand out. Now, is it just a personal preference? We'll see. I think when it's all finished. So I think I can declare that's, you know, we've tested it. It seems okay. There's just a small challenge. It looks like those have moved away from, so I just need to put them back here. If you want to have them perfectly aligned, you go and shape format align, and you put align left, for instance. You need to make sure they connect with this. I could have put them a little bit bigger maybe, but no, we'll see those fine details later on. Okay, so I think I've done one. So to do the others, first of all, we need to make sure we have something of the same length here. So I think same height, sorry. So the format, row height, I think we had 3. So I'm just going to put 3 here. And this should be white. Now I'm going to select all this. And I'm going to put a copy. And here I'm just going to put an insert copy cell. So it's never going to be perfect. But that will really speed things up. So for some reason it didn't copy this. What I can do is I can duplicate it this way. Okay. Now there's several things to do. So now I need to ungroup this actually. Group and group. So apart from the color, which I'll mention last, the first thing that we need to do here is we need to go back to change the category here. So we need to remove this and take the second category, health goals here, for instance. It usually has a fit and want you to change the colors again. So that's fair enough. I'm just going to do it. The icon, yes, I think you can replace it, change graphic from icons. So it takes someone running, for instance. Okay, I'm going to take a deep one. And I'm just, while I'm at it, I'm just going to check if I can add a little bit of shadow here to have this person stand out. Okay, I can do the same with this later on. And then I need to do the same with this. I need to go and get the proper goal, health goal, for instance, here. I'm going to put everything back to white after. I mean, if you remember the cell number, obviously you can do it directly. Okay, so this is done. Now, I think all the shapes need some text in white. We need to change the colors here. So you need to remember here what you had. So here we had the top for the turquoise. Now the one on the left is called dark green. So we need to put everything here in dark green instead. So I'm just going to put dark green here. up until the end. Here I'm going to put it in dark green as well, the top one. Here I'm just going to select those three, and I have a more subtle green, I think the third one for instance. All the cells here, they need to be put into the lighter green. So select this, the magic format painter, format paint here, format paint here. Still not happy with this, but that's okay. That is all green. Now, we have only one thing left to do, is to apply the conditional formatting. So we just go to the first one, conditional formatting, manage rule, and here what we have is edit rule for, first of all, we need to make sure we select the proper, so it's copied the conditional formatting here, that's good. So what we need to do is we need to change the color and the goal reference. The goal reference is, for the first one, is 2.1. And the format is green, the third of the dark green. That's it. So now he's referring to the proper one. The second one here, conditional formatting manage rule, because he copied the same rule. Now we have the whole row selected. Here I put goal 2.2 this time. It's the second of the second. And I put the format the same. I just put the green. All right. It's not much action here. And then conditional formatting, manage rule. Here I'm just going to put 2.3 instead. Take this. Okay. Apply. Okay, so now where do we have 0 here? Oh, we have 0 because we have 0. So that makes sense. Dashboard. Okay. So that's it. Now, I'm not going to put you through the process of me doing that for the 4 ones, but we have a good start. We need to do a bit of tidy up with those thin white lines. I think they look very good, but just sometimes we have to keep an eye on them so that they don't creep all over the place. Here, for instance, there's another one here. That's all the fine-tuning that we'll do in the end. So as long as the width of those white lines is consistent, I think that's what makes this look good, and the width of this as well, if possible, as close as possible to the one on the horizontal. I think we're good to go. So we just need now to duplicate this. I mean, you can take both this time, become a bit greedy, and just copy and paste here, put a finer thing here, and then do the whole process again. You might be happy sticking with these colors, maybe only 2 colors if you're getting lazy at this point in time. However, it's better when there's 4 different colors. It's a bit of some work to be done, but I think it's worth it in the end. Okay, so once this is done, so I'm going to go away and just format all this, and after I'll come back to final fine-tuning, I should say. That's it. I've done it all. So you just need to make sure that you double check everything. So what you can do is you can select a full row and you go under conditional formatting and you go manage rules. And here you should have neatly everything there. Make sure the goals are in sequence 1, 2, 3, 7, 11, 15, and the likes. Here they are not in sequence, but that's okay. 19, 23, 27. So just a bit of a sanity check. Now it's all done. Before I forget, optional, but I really love doing this. I'm just putting this light gray all around here, and I'm just selecting everything here, and I'm just putting this just the outside border on this. So it just, I think everything is nice and tight. And as an optional, what you can do is to give it a 3D effect. We're talking about really high tech here. Excel is not obviously a design tool, but I gave a darker gray here, and here I need to make sure that that's more or less the same width at the row high here. So, and I just leave one at the top as well, and I select it all. So this is for fun. I don't know if it's of everyone's taste, but I really like to do it. I really stands out. We're working with Excel. We need to do all that we can to not give the feeling that this is an Excel spreadsheet. Not that there is anything shameful about it, but this way it looks a little bit smarter, I believe. Matter of taste. Now, what we can do is we need to add the charts. So in order to do this, I need to create a bubble chart. That's the option I've chosen. In order to do this, I would just want to create a small table here and the bubble size. So it's a very specific type of chart. If you've never heard of it, it's quite fun, but it's a bit tricky to set up. Trial and error sometimes. Now what I do is I create a horizontal 111 here. It will all become clear hopefully later on. And here I just put the opposite 4, 3, 2, 1 in descending order. And because the bubble chart will reverse this. And here I put the size, but what do I put as a size? I put as a size the average of all my financial goals here. So here I put average of those 3 goals here. If you have less than 3 goals, the average should still be okay. And here I'll be doing the same with everything here. I just click on this, and I need to make sure that I select this one. Just click on this, select those 3. Click on this and select the last 3. So this gives me an idea of where I am at with my category. So this is, if you want to give a title here, is category progress. Okay. If you have less than 2 goals, that will be the same. Or if you want to even put more goals, go crazy, as long as the average is correct. So now what we want to do is we want to select those 3 things. So they will be giving me the horizontal axis, the vertical axis, and this will be giving me size. So let's see if it if it works. It's always a bit of a gamble, this stuff. Okay. So that doesn't tell us much at this point in time. This is just to give us an idea. If I just put a data label just for the time being, to give us an idea of what it is. So this is the 4% here. So obviously we need to bring that on the other page, and we need to play with it to make sure that they are apart. So in order to create the apart or close, or you just play with the both axes, the vertical axis. If you bring them tighter together, they will be more apart, and after you can play with this. So, but before we go and put that on the dashboard, I want to create another one on top of this, because this is a percentage, and let's make it a little bit more obvious. Let's say this one, we're not going anywhere with the health goals, 10%. So that just will show you the percentage is much smaller compared with the others. So it's just to create the bubbles, a percentage. Now, what I want to do is I want to see a benchmark. In order to do this, I will be adding another series with only 100%. So to make it super clear, I'm just going to put 100% here. 100%. I right-click on this, select data, and what I want to say is I want to add another series. So here the series name, we don't need to put anything here. The X values is this one, so we want to select this one. The Y values is, I'll remove this, and I just want to say it's the vertical here, the same, so that will be appearing on top. And here I could just hardcode 111, but I want to leave the 100% here. Okay, So this is what I wanted to do. So that gives you an idea of the percentage here. So if I remove a little bit here, so you can say, see, this is the percentage that it has. And we can even add at the center, we can add data label this time again, but the data label, I want to format the data label, and I want to take values from cell and the percentage. Oops. Okay. So now I have the percentage, I have the outer ring, and I have the inner ring. I just need to put that bigger so it's a little bit more obvious. Actually, I'm going to duplicate it. So I keep a copy here. Same thing. And here I'm just going to remove most of the things. I'm just going to remove the axis. Click on the axis, remove it. Click on this axis, remove it. Click on this, delete it. Delete it. I'm even going to remove the chart title. So if we just put that, and I want to do two things now. I want to remove the shape outline. I want to say no outline. And the shape fill, I want to remove it as well. I'll put no fill, so we blend in. And here we are. So we are getting close. And here I just play with this to make sure that it fits right in front of. Okay, so this one needs to be in front. You put the bottom one should be in front of the center. Here, in front of this one, and the top one should be in front of this one. So we are making progress. We want to put them a bit bigger. Okay. Now we need to do for each one. First I want to put the text in white. Text in white, you click on the data label, you have the text in white, you just put a bit bold maybe. For each one we have to marry the color. We have to get it to the same color scheme of this one. So here first, for some reason I'm tempted to put, so there is an outer line here. I just want to go to the shape outline, and I want to put something blue here. This way, and the shape fill, I want to have this. Now, as I put this as a shape fill, it's hidden the other one. So what I need to do instead is I need to go back to select data, and I need to change the order of this. I want the percentage to be in front. So here now this is in front. I find the border a little bit too thick, so I'll go shape outline and I just put it a little bit thinner. What happens if I put shadow? Yes. Yeah, I put some shadows here, doesn't hurt. So now I need to do the same with the others. I put a light green here. Which green was it? I think it was this one. And the shape outline, we want it this way. Here, same. The first one for the outer one, and the inner one, the third one. To make sure that I double click so I don't undo all the work I've done before. Third one. Double click to make sure you only select one. Outer is the first one. Inner is the third one. Put the outline. Okay, so that's it. I think we can now fine tune it at will. We could put this shadow a little bit stronger if we wanted. But now you're more than welcome to go on about your day and just put this, because I'm going to be here all afternoon. So just trying to fine-tune this. So the final version is not exactly the same every time. So here, for instance, this, I want to put something deeper. I'm going to stop here, otherwise I'm going to keep changing this. As usual, what you can do is you can go under the page layout, colors, and then you can play with this. So this is why I didn't want to change the colors, didn't want to go away from the standard Microsoft colors, otherwise you won't be able to do this. So if you're more into blue, you can go in there and have something very subtle in blue, for instance. This looks quite nice, I think. But if you have something that is a specific color, like for instance here, I'm going to take a random color. I'm going to go here, move colors, and I'm going to take a random color here. And if I go back here and I just change the colors, this doesn't change. So the color here doesn't change, that I've just changed. It's only the one that are in standard, that are in here, the theme colors that will follow the theme change. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in my next demo.